Dewitt Scott back with the Moraine Valley Library for our Black History Month curation of titles, and a very, very good book, very serious book that I like to talk about today is a book that I've read recently that I really enjoyed, and it is How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibram Kendi. How to Be an Anti-Racist is a very popular book at the moment, since it was published last year, the year before, on college campuses and a lot of other institutions that have professed to trying to improve their diversity, equity, and inclusion practices. How to Be Anti-Racist is a book where the author, Dr. Kendi, talks about the idea of anti-racism. And what he says in the book is that you can either be a racist or an anti-racist. There is no in between, right? There's no neutrality when it comes to racism, right? To be racist or racism is, to be racist or to be a part of racism is to promote the idea that there is a hierarchy of races, right? That there must be a group of races or a race that's up top and other races that fall beneath it with a race down at the bottom. Anti-racism, as he explains it, means to support ideas and support policies that erase a hierarchy of races. Ideas and policies that understands the differences between people, the differences between races, but also promotes the idea that these differences do not create a ranking or, as I said, a hierarchy, but instead these differences can, when seen properly, still promote equality or equity. So the book is very good, and he kind of talks about it from an autobiographical standpoint, because he talks about it as a teenager, how he as a Black person held racist views about Black people. He had internalized these views, he says, from the broader community, from family, about what it meant to be a respectable Black person versus a not so great Black person. So when thinking about that, right, he kind of indirectly shoots down the idea what a lot of people say, that Black people can't be racist because they don't have power. He actually pushes back and says, no, you can be racist anytime you have you promote a hierarchy of races. So he talks about the difference between racism and discrimination. He also breaks it down in other overlapping identities in terms of class, in terms of gender, in terms of sexuality, and a lot of other different categories. So a very good book. I recommend for anyone who's trying to just wrap their minds around racism from a different context than what we're used to hearing or seeing, and who thinks deeply about any of these issues, particularly as they connect to, again, those other identities of gender, class, sex, ethnicity, and all other things that he touches on in this book. So definitely congrats to Dr. Kendi on a very well-written book, How to Be an Anti-Racist. Please check it out.